Hello, hello, my friends. Another dedicated candle review for you today. We are going to be talking about Kringle Candle Reserve Holiday Roast. Now, this is the third candle that I will be reviewing for this Holiday Reserve collection that is launching this Tuesday, October 28th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Later today, I will have the Candy Cane Martini review going up for you, and I have already reviewed the Jolly Gingerbread and Enchanted Winter candles. Full disclosure, you guys, this candle was sent to me by Kringle Candle for review purposes. You guys know I'm always going to keep it real with you, and boy did we keep it real. If you happen to have caught my cold sniffs video that I did last weekend with my husband, you guys know that he and I had very, very different opinions about this candle. So let's go ahead and talk about it. This is one of their large 2-wick vessels, 100% soy wax. It is in the translucent black vessel that all of their reserve candles usually are packaged in. We've got this elevated simplistic label here, which I think is really good that they put, like, you know, the coffee beans and kind of like a cup of coffee here with some gifts in the background. You know, it's kind of got that, you know, kind of subdued but elevated Christmas type of vibe. But I will say, I think it's good that they added the, I would say the label here reflects that this is supposed to be a coffee fragrance, because truthfully, when I heard the word holiday roast, I know a lot of people, including Cody and many of the fellow Kringle ambassadors, all thought, like, is this going to be like a meat candle? Like, what is that? No, holiday roast in terms of coffee beans being roasted. So the pour date of this specific candle that I am reviewing is July 16th, 2025. Fragrance notes are listed as top notes of espresso and cocoa bean, mid notes wood, tabac, base note musk, leather, and spice. Okay, you guys, so part of the reason why I feel like Cody and I had such different thoughts about this candle is that this is a very complex fragrance for me to describe. To be truthful with you guys, this is probably the most complicated one for me to try to give a review of, because this fragrance does have elements of like a coffee scent. However, this is not your true gourmand coffee type of fragrance. This definitely has more of a perfumey element to it. Funny enough, you guys, the very first burn of this candle, which is really weird because I am actually looking at the fragrance notes here of the the Boo Crew collection, and they don't have any similar fragrance notes. However, on the very first burn of this candle, you guys, about 2 hours in, something about this candle was actually reminding me a little bit of the Boo Hoo candle from the Boo Crew collection. Now, we know that was more of like a spiced vanilla type of fragrance, but I remembered in my review of that saying that it leaned a little bit more body care vanilla. It had a little bit more of a perfumey take to it, but I believe that there was a note listed in there of cardamom. And part of me suspects, you guys, that the spice note that is listed in the base note of this candle is cardamom. Now, cardamom can be very hit or miss for me. In this candle, I feel like it works. So I'm going to tell you guys, to my nose still, when this is burning, this is definitely more of a, what I would call a perfumey coffee fragrance. If you are hoping that this is going to be like, let me see, what are some other coffee fragrances I can compare? Bath and Body Works off the top of my head. What is it there? Freshly brewed coffee, or Day at the Cafe, or any of those. This is not that kind of a coffee fragrance. This is definitely more dark, rich espresso bean type of coffee. But there is kind of like a musky perfume element to it. Now, I had talked about briefly in the cold sniffs video that when I looked up tabac, which I initially thought was maybe a misprint for the word tobacco. Tabac is either the word tobacco in French, but it is also known as a German cologne. And so there is an aspect to me that is maybe thinking that this is embracing more of that German cologne vibe of tabac. I've never smelled it. but there is kind of like a muskiness, a cologne-ness to this candle that makes me think that that is what the Tabac note is in here. Now, base note of leather and spice. The leather note in here is not as prominent to my nose as, let's see, they have another candle called Cognac and Leather. That to me is definitely a lot more traditionally masculine. That definitely has more of those like leather chair vibes. I would say that the leather note in here isn't even as prominent as the leather note that comes out in the Father Christmas candle. But it is there. It's very slightly there in the background to my nose. I do know that there are some other reviewers that say that that is a note that they really pick up on. But to my nose, that's not what I'm picking up on. I am picking up on, I think, what I believe it's probably a cardamom note mixed with the coffee and then the tabac in here. There's kind of just a perfuminess. It's definitely in line with how Kringle likes to do conceptual fragrances. I am pretty proud of them, I would say, for this launch, that they kind of only did that perfumey conceptual take with one of their candles. I do feel like they went a little bit too conceptual and heavy with their fall lineup in particular. I really did not enjoy a lot of the fall candles. I felt like they were too conceptual for my liking. So I feel like they kind of scaled it back a little bit for this reserve launch, which I personally enjoy. But this one to me, you guys, I would say of the 4 reserve fragrances that are going to be dropping in this collection, this is the most conceptual. Again, if you want to just really water it down, it's a perfumey coffee type of fragrance. But again, if you tend to like, I feel like if you liked Boo Hoo, again, that's more of a conceptual perfumey vanilla fragrance. You might like this one. I did let my friend Amy, Beloved Fragrance here on YouTube, I did let her sniff this candle last weekend. And she was a little bit like, oh, I'm not sure what I'll think about that. And she sniffed this and she was like, oh yeah, I actually do like that, which again, furthers my thought that the spice note in here is cardamom, because I know that she tends to like that fragrance note in a lot of candles. And I know that, you know, she said that she might order this one, but spoiler alert, I know she put this on her Instagram feed, but that she did like this fragrance on cold sniff. So if you're somebody who watches Amy's channel as well, and you tend to have similar fragrance preferences as her, I do know that she said that she liked this one on cold. So anyways, you guys, let's go ahead and talk about the performance of this candle. Oh, and I will give you an update too on Cody's thoughts on this candle when it was burning. So performance on this one, you guys can see, again, the wicks are not overly aggressive. The only candle from this lineup that you are going to have to watch the wicks on is the Jolly Gingerbread. That one is burning pretty hot and fast. But in terms of the other 3, they're all pretty consistent with this kind of like medium type of flame going on. I've had this lit for about an hour, hour and a half. Nice solid wax pool there. Strength and throw on this candle, I'm going to give it between a 7, 7.5. It's not overly like smack you in the face strong, but it is definitely present. I will say that I don't think that it was strong enough that that one there walking in the background has complained about it as much as he initially said that he would in the cold sniffs video. So I did burn this the other day in our bedroom. I didn't get any complaints, but it was a lot stronger in the closed concept area of my home than it was out in the open concept. I can still smell it out here in the open concept, but it's not ridiculously strong. So I would say that probably the strongest fragrances from this new holiday launch, you guys will see my review for Candy Cane Martini. That one is slightly stronger than this. Yeah, I would probably give that one the strongest in terms of the entire lineup. But this one is still a decent performer. Now, my plan moving forward is actually to burn this with Vanilla Gourmand fragrances. So I initially started burning this with Caramel Sundays Bakery on Main, which is a good like vanilla cupcake fragrance. But the other scent that I'm really curious to start burning this with is Kringle Candles Knit Sweaters, along with, they also have the fragrance Cozy and Warm. Now, Cozy and Warm is more of like what I would say is like a traditional coffee fragrance. It's got some creaminess to it. That one is definitely more of like what I would say would be a safe bet if you're somebody who just wants a good, like I said, creamy coffee type of fragrance. But if you're somebody who appreciates the more conceptual level that Kringle likes to go in, or I guess the conceptual direction, and you like coffee fragrances, I think that you're going to like this one. So overall, you guys, here's what I'm going to say about this fragrance. I like it. Is it going to be a repurchase for me? No. But is it one that I can still make work with other candles that I currently have in my collection, and will I enjoy it? Yes. So that's the best way that I could put it. I feel like this would be really good for somebody, again, who likes coffee fragrances, but maybe wants a little bit more conceptual spin on them. Then I feel like this would be a safe bet. So, like I said, this candle will be available this Tuesday, October 28th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My affiliate code Katie15 will save 15% off of your purchase. Let me see. That is an affiliate code eligible for I keep messing that up, you guys. It is eligible for a commission for me, obviously a discount for you. So please only use that if you are comfortable doing so. Let me know in the comment section down below if this is one that is on your wish list, or are you going to pass on it. I have a feeling that this one's going to go 50-50 for a lot of people, but let me know what you're thinking down in the comment section down below. Please make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you found this review helpful. Consider subscribing if you are new. Like I said, Candy Cane Martini review will be up later today, and if you're curious about my thoughts on Jolly Gingerbread or Enchanted Winter, I have already uploaded those post-burn reviews. All right, you guys, I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today, and until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.